And as congratulations and commendations have continued to trickle in for Nigeria's Tobi Amusan, who won gold in the women's 100 meters hurdle at the World Athletics Championship in the United States. Arise TV has chosen a conversation around that feat. So joining us to further discuss Amusan's feat is an Olympic medalist, Enefiok Udo-Obong. I want to say thank you very much for joining us here on Newsday today.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
I must say that this is a surreal moment for Nigerians. You've been there, you know how it feels, you know how she feels winning that particular medal and having people celebrate her. Talk to us. How did you take that particular news when you heard it on the early hours of Monday? That Tobi Amusan has done the unthinkable, the first Nigerian to win a world championship gold.
Well, I didn't hear it. I witnessed it because those of us that are deep into athletics didn't sleep at all. We spent the whole night watching, and we had seen this coming for a while. We predicted that she would win a medal. I had written a preview and a piece in this day newspaper that we believe that she will win a medal. But in all honesty, nobody, not even the coaches or the technical people, believe that it will be a gold. We believe that she had gone fourth position in the World Championship before. She went fourth position at the Olympics last year. So we believe that she could do one better, probably two better. But a gold was incredible. World record, the icing on the cake.
Now, before this spectacular performance, it looked like Nigerian athletes had fallen off the medal tables, I mean, at international, or shall I say, intercontinental competitions. So what would you say was responsible, for that dearth of medals? And then how can we sustain this brilliant performance by Amusan so that we can have more of this?
Well, Amusan has done something very great for us, and that's she has opened the conversation again. And we have everybody talking about it. If she hadn't done that, I wouldn't be here on Arise TV talking about it. All the media houses, companies, schools are all talking athletics now. So she's a great ambassador for the sport. And at this point in time, it's about time that we now start looking at what really, is she the best in Nigeria? Are there other Amusans around in schools? Are there other Amusans around in the stadiums or the fields? Why do we have that depth, as you say it? Why are we not a lot of them coming out? Do we have the support? Do we have the infrastructure? Those are the things that should cover the conversation now. What are we going to do? She's a talent. I was speaking the other day. I said it's been 24, almost 48 hours since she won a medal. We do not know if she's a Muslim or a Christian. We do not know if she's from the north or from the south. We do not know if she's old or young. We just know that a Nigerian, which is proud, we were all proud of, a Nigerian has won gold. A Nigerian has lifted us up. Our national anthem was played in front of the whole world. And so this is a lesson for us all. This is a lesson that we should take. So how can we develop more of them? There's lots of them. Amusan was just a kid when I'm a coach in Ogun State. I think Booker Tigers, they call him, just picked her up, and he was even feeding her at a point in time. Nobody gave her a chance. But he did, and there are lots of, I'm a coach too, there are lots of other athletes that come around our stable that we see that if they do have the support, if they do have the encouragement, they could do that. Almost Amusan wouldn't have been at the World Championship. The Federation has been in need of funding, in need of sponsorship, in need of lots of things. So participation in such competitions are things that we need to tell Nigerians, look, we have lots of them around. We just need the support, we need the assistance, and then we can get lots of people to make us proud this way.
And you're so right. Excellence knows no religion, no color, no creed. It's just everyone wants to be associated with the winner. And speaking of that, I don't mean to put a damper on this discussion, but I want to point out the obvious. It seems that there's also S.A. Brume. She's also a well-decorated athlete as well. Doing a little bit of research on both of them, you can see that they're born and bred in Nigeria, but somewhere along the line, they made it to the West, and they groomed their talents there, it seems. They entered university. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it that we have homegrown talent that gets suffocated to a certain extent, and it has to be taken on by somewhere else in order to groom. And I say that because a lot of these athletes seem to be coming or have backing from the West in some way, shape, or form. If you look at the women's basketball team for Nigeria, in fact, even the Chinese ping pong team, yes, all Nigerian females. So I'm just wondering I mean, we know that our education system has many issues, as we can see the NLC picketing as we speak. And all of us that live here, we know the issues that Nigeria has, but what is that, how can we close that gap of the brain drain or the athletics drain, for lack of a better word to call it, that the West sees some of our best talent and polishes them up for us?
Well, we used to call it the brawl drain.
The what?
The brawl.
Okay, yes.
But actually, I wouldn't see it as a drain, because it's a drain when we had some years ago the likes of Francis Obikwelu and Gloria Alozie. Alozie, who incidentally was the African champion in the hurdles and a silver medalist at the Olympics, moved to the Western countries and didn't represent us again. In the case of Amusan and Esebrumi, it's more of where the opportunities lies.
Right.
And they have all been, unlike the basketballers, you can see a lot of basketballers were born in the West, were born in the US, and they are coming to represent us, and we can see that there's a disconnect there. How do we groom? But in the case of Amusan and Esebrumi and a lot of others, there's Favor Philly, there's and Grace Wokocha. They were groomed here in Nigeria. They won titles in Nigeria, sometimes African titles, but then they're going to the US for education. Some of them are going for opportunities to compete. It boils down to the same thing I said. We don't have support in athletics. We don't have competitions for them. Now, when we train athletes, where are they going to compete? We hardly have 1 or 2 competitions in a year for them. But when they go to the US, they compete every week. And once you have that kind of competition, you improve, you get better. So it boils down to how much investments are we doing in the sports, what the supports that we have, how are we building infrastructure to take care of the production line of athletes that we'll get. And all these things are what we need to put together and get right. But so I wouldn't want to say it's a brain drain, because if they're doing the work for us, we just have to feel a little bit embarrassed that they're doing the work for us and we are coming to take the glory. So I think we can do the work back home. We have done it. Amusan won the African title championship while she was still at home. She won the African Junior while she was still here. So it's just a little bit of the advanced support that we need, and their education, which is very key, that they have to have. Hopefully, if they could have done that in Nigerian universities, if they don't have the strikes and a lot of things. If they were still here, I don't think she would be the world champion now.
All right, you mentioned Gloria Alozie, but let's put it into context. You would know this because she was in your era. After she competed for Nigeria, she went to Spain. It didn't fare well for her. It wasn't the kumbaya that she expected. But we've seen this happen time and time again. Several of our athletes, I know, a handful of them that are representing Bahrain.
Yes, I was going to mention that.
And some others. I have 2 questions. First of all, what is the system? Because when you say we are trying as much as possible, it almost sounds pretentious, because I've seen things happen. Is the system not serious enough for athletes that athletes should depend on individual sponsors, like you just mentioned? You see, if you look at Blessing Akagbari, Esebrumi, Tobi Amusan, there are individual people that have sunk in millions to get them where they are. Is that the hope for athletes today? And secondly, let's talk about what Michael Johnson is raving about and the entire world about that.
Shoegate.
They're saying that it is black racism. And more importantly, they mentioned the shoes. You're a runner. You've actually not just only run at the Olympics, you've won a gold medal at the Olympics. Talk to us. Do shoes make athletes faster?
Okay, I'll start with the first question first. And then a lot of athletes, even at this stage, the truth about it, sports does not live in a vacuum. We are in a society. And a lot of athletes, the young ones, even now that we train, their dream is to compete for other countries. It's sad, but they say, oh, I want to go so I can compete for Bahrain, I can compete for Canada, I can go there. Because it's all about economics. And they feel that being in the country, the whole system doesn't help them. So that's it. We try to put some kind of patriotism in them that, look, you'll be recognized at home and whatever we do. And there's a limit that we can tell them that the nation too has to start. When whatever they do to Tobi will resonate down. So look, if this can be done for her, then we'll get it. So there will be something to look up to. Now, talking about Michael Johnson, funny enough, I saw that tweet almost immediately. Michael Johnson, I ran the same race with him, and I responded to the tweets. I responded to it, and he even responded to me. But I feel that it's a little bit of sour grape or a little bit of, they're not too happy about it. Michael Johnson especially will feel a little bit offended because it was his gold medal that I wear now. Because he was disqualified.
All right. Yeah.
He won the silver on the day and he was disqualified. And Nigeria was given the gold. So,
and you were upgraded.
Yeah, we were upgraded to gold. So when Michael Johnson sees Nigeria, he's not very happy about it.
Oh, so that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. So we feel a little bit of sour grapes. He's not too happy about that. But I told him that if it was Abby Steiner, who is the American darling now, will he complain about the electronic timing not working properly or something? About the shoe, we have to know that shoes are always pre-qualified before you enter. There are rules within the shoes on how thick the sole should be, how thick the nail should be, what amount of comfort you can have, and Tobi ran within the laws of the game, within what is allowed by the the World Athletics. So whether it was helpful to her or it wasn't helpful to her, that's irrelevant. She's not the only one wearing those Adidas shoes, but she's the one with the world record. So there is no research on that says that shoe was bad or that shoe was wrong. But she actually wore a different type of shoe because she had, I think plantar fistula or some an infection of the soles, and she had to wear something soft. But then it was within the rules. So all these things are people trying to make sour what's very sweet for Nigerian. And it's not going to work.
It is sweet for
Nigerian.
She has been given the check, and the only thing that would have taken the record from her or the award is a field dope test, and she's been clean for a long time.
Well, Enefiok Udo-Obong, Nigerian Olympic gold medalist, thank you so much for joining us on Newsday.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you very much.